When I was in Cub Scouts, we used to play this game called the telephone line. Everybody playing would line up side to side. The person on one end would whisper something into the next person's ear, and the phrase would continue to be whispered down the line until the person at the other end would say out loud what they heard. The phrase was never the same as it was originally, often to comical extent. The point of the game was to teach how important communication is and how it's best to get information from the initial person instead of letting it float around to so many people, because things will get lost in translation. The ultimate broken telephone line throughout all of history has to be time itself. But in order for you to fully understand what I'm getting at, let me first tell you a story, the inspiration for this video. As a young kid, I had a DVD of the 1942 short film Tulips Shall Grow by Madcap Productions. It was made as a propaganda film for World War II and was preserved by the Library of Congress for its relevance in history. The version I'd come to know was stained red and brown, as if the tape, at some point, were caught in a fire and burned up. I always knew that there was a version in color that existed somewhere, because I'd seen pictures of the settings and characters in a majesty of different colors. But this was a glory that I didn't expect to ever know. As time went on, I came to love this film. It got me through very rough times, and it represented something to me that was irreplaceable. The entire story behind it is deep, too deep for this video. But after I got through the rough times and I came out on top once more, I decided I owed a debt to this film that stuck with me. I arranged the score for the film and uploaded it to my channel, and after I did that, I figured that the book was closed on anything new to come out of that film in regards to my life. I had already seen all that there was to see. But a few months later, I found a remaster of the original film, one in vibrant color and perfect sound. When I heard the music, I was astonished. The tempos were faster, and the songs were in different key signatures. There were even full lines of music that were lost to me until hearing this new version. The fact that color can become lost and distorted throughout the years, that it's unlikely that we'll ever see many things in their original vim, is both saddening and dreadful. This new tarnished image becomes our new standard, due only to the fact that time has stolen it from us. Something that's arguably even more noticeable, at least to somebody who arranges songs by ear, is the change in music. As time goes on and recordings get slowed, quality is lowered, and lines are cut, the original sound is never once again heard. Sometimes portions are cut, whether they be mere seconds or entire scenes, but nevertheless, they're lost forever. But with the horrors of time decaying works of art more and more every day until it's eventually lost entirely, there is, of course, an alternative to look toward. You will never find a greater joy than seeing something you love how it was originally meant to be, without cuts or burns. It leaves you in a time where you feel you are finally enjoying this work of art for what it truly is, and not what time has portrayed it as. Seeing the faces you once knew in black and white, now gracing the screen with rosy red cheeks and bright blue clothes, is a surprise both unexpected and satisfying. This feeling of contentment is all the more true when the thing is something you've known for years. The discolored, burned-up faces holding inside you like a sad memory of what we have lost. When we find the original spark, we feel as if those sad memories are finally resolved, and they're happy just as they were decades ago. In closing, time is a thief that gets away with stealing the happiness in our hearts and minds by wiping what we once knew and replacing it with tattered and torn versions. But the upside is that, with hope, we can eventually find those that have been stolen from us and be reunited with what we remember, what we love. I encourage you to watch the burnt-up version of Tulips Shall Grow, which has become the mainstay for many of us over the last number of years. But afterwards, go watch the remastered version. Both of the links are in the description. I guarantee you won't regret it. And with that, thanks for watching.